Sarah, guess what? It's Tuesday. Pikachu, by the way, though I am slightly disappointed that this doesn't make the kazoo sound. I bought these hoping these would make the kazoo sound. It doesn't make the sound, so, 2 out of 3. I'm gonna just actually toss this behind the couch, because he's gonna... Things you don't see on camera are the best things of all. Before I get into this video too much, I want to address something you asked in your first video.
What are you doing with your life?
Answer, Zelda. Approximately 70 plus hours of Legend of Zelda this week alone. Specifically Wind Waker. I'm working on a really neat concept, and to prove it, I kind of need to play all the Legend of Zelda games, and more importantly, beat them all. Which, as you can guess, I'm a little behind on. I'm like the worst Nintendo nerd ever. Like, there is a laundry list of games I have not played that are like staples of the genre. And by genre, I mean like the development company, because... Would you call Nintendo a genre? I would call Nintendo a genre. Thoughts below. Can't say for certain when the video is going to go out. I still have to beat Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I'll also have to beat Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, kind of thing, but I haven't actually finished that save file. More importantly, dive into what you passionately refer to as the disowned child of the Legend of Zelda franchise, which will be an interesting experience, I'd have to say. Never played it, and frankly don't know much about it aside from the obvious points, such as it's the worst game of all time and that it should never been created. But considering I've played Metroid Other M, and that was a bad experience, Team Ninja will find any means to insert the jiggle physics engine they developed, and let's be honest, it's a very, very good engine. Like their namesake, really. They will find a way to insert that into their game somehow and find a perfectly good character and ruin it. Am I bitter? A little bit. Until then, let's kick off the video, shall we? So yesterday, I tried an experience that I had not tried before, or at least not very successfully. I tried to people properly. Explanation, meeting new people and just trying to be social, kind of like a human sort of thing. Yeah, peopling. It's a verb. It's a verb. It's a valid verb. Shut up. Go with it. It's a valid verb. Valid verbs. That's a real thing. I would know. I made it up. Now, sir, I think you're just as aware of the stereotype as I am, that nerds aren't particularly social creatures by nature, and I'm certainly doing my part to uphold that stereotype. Social anxieties are something of a bitch, right? The plan was simple. Go to a shopping mall, approach a few people, and try to strike up a civil conversation with the intention of making a new friend. For those who can people properly, that's easy. Like, really easy. For me, this is so hard. So I brought along longtime friend and fellow YouTube creator Sigmund Wonder. I'll put a link to his channel in the thingy below. We ventured forth into the land of strangers and just tried to people. And something really interesting happened. I hadn't quite realized this Sigmund had done me a favor by wearing his Goomba shirt. After a few minutes in a particular shop, someone there had actually commented on his shirt by saying that's an awesome shirt. I'm sure you can imagine what happened next. We had found a fellow nerd, and we spent the next 15-20 minutes talking about various Nintendo video game titles. This kind of brought up a few interesting things for me. First of all, nerds are kind of everywhere. We are nerds, and we are taking over the world. I think it's actually getting to the point where we're as common as sports fans, or more worryingly, fans of reality TV. Because if there's one thing that actively shuts down brain cells, it's reality TV. Secondly, and somewhat more interestingly, you can't really know a lot about a person until you start talking to them and getting to know them on a more personal level. Some people aren't so surprising, really. I mean, Sarah, you own way more nerdy shirts than I do, though frankly, I have the tattoo of the Triforce on my wrist, so screw subtlety. But a lot of other people out there don't wear their nerdiness out in the open so often. Come in all styles and from all walks of life, and I think we're all secretly looking for someone we can share our passions with. And the life of a nerd, no matter how broad, specific, small, or whatever, is all about sharing those passions with people who are equally as, if not more so, interested in the same things you are. The same can be said of just about any number of hobbies, so I guess it's really not too revolutionary of an idea. The things I'm noticing are kind of becoming a bit more apparent to me now, as we tend to spend more of our times drifting away from human interaction in favor of just staying at home in our own private little areas, living life on a computer or a phone screen. I can't count the number of friends I have online who share almost the exact same interests as I share, yet there's something very exhilarating and very refreshing about meeting a new person in an environment you wouldn't expect to meet them in and finding out they have a lot of the same interests you have. I'm going to go out in the near future and try to do the same thing again, and Sarah, I challenge you to do the same in your alarmingly busy life. Though from the stories you told me, you have absolutely no problem going out in public and meeting people like that. They're basically lining up to talk to you. Oh my gosh, you're a fan of Doctor Who and a blonde? Can I give you my phone number? Or something like that anyway. I don't know, man. I'm not a blonde. Short story even shorter, the world is full of exciting and interesting possibilities, and if you're someone who's just as terrified to meet new people as I am, it's actually really good for you just to get up, go out, and say hi to someone. Ask what they're interested in, and just go from there. Being a nerd is cool now, so odds are good they'll have at least one or two things in common that you have that you can geek out together. As our icon goes, geek, 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 geek. I don't know why that's a thing for us. Why is that a thing for us? I think it's because we're fluent in nerd. Whether that's British detectives, cartoon characters, or pixelated monsters, be public and proud about your passions, and people will surely follow. Unless your passion is illegal, in that case, no. So I just want to quickly stop and thank all of our viewers and subscribers who are giving us a chance to entertain and impress them and occasionally educate them. As of this video being made, we have 13 subscribers, and I'll be honest, that's exciting for me. Sarah, I look forward to seeing your video on Friday. In the meantime, hang loose. It's gonna be a bitch to clean up.